The Motor Vehicle Idling Fixed Penalty Ordinance comes into effect on December 15, 2011. If a driver causes the engine of an idling vehicle to operate for more than 3 minutes in aggregate within any 60-minute period, a traffic warden or environmental protection inspector may issue a penalty notice to the driver, imposing a fixed penalty of $320. In view of practical or operational needs, the ordinance has provided some exemptions for certain conditions. Under the following weather conditions, all vehicles will be exempted from the idling prohibition. When a hot weather warning or rainstorm warning is in force, and until midnight on the same day after the warning has been cancelled. Vehicles that are stationary because of traffic conditions are exempted from the idling prohibition. Vehicles that are idling because of mechanical difficulties over which the drivers have no control are exempted from the idling prohibition. Vehicles that are idling for the purposes of compliance testing or for vehicle repairs are exempted from the idling prohibition. Vehicles with passengers boarding or alighting are exempted from the idling prohibition. In addition, some exemptions are given to specified vehicles under certain circumstances. All taxis at a taxi stand are exempted from the idling prohibition. The first 2 green minibuses of each route at a minibus stand are exempted from the idling prohibition. Red minibuses are also exempted from the idling prohibition if they satisfy either of the following conditions. Firstly, they are the first 2 red minibuses at a minibus stand. And secondly, they are carrying any passenger on board or are immediately behind a red minibus with passengers on board at a minibus stand. Buses or school private light buses with passengers on board are exempted from the idling prohibition. Franchise buses that are ready for boarding by passengers are exempted from the idling prohibition. Vehicles lawfully designed primarily for a purpose other than carriage of the driver and passengers and their personal effects and must idle to serve this purpose are exempted from the idling prohibition. Examples include operating ice cream trucks, street washing vehicles, concrete mixer trucks, refuse collection vehicles, trucks with operating tailboards, tipper lorries, and refrigerator trucks. Specified medical, emergency or law enforcement vehicles conducting operational activities are exempted from the idling prohibition. These include vehicles used by, for example, the Auxiliary Medical Service, the Fire Services Department, the Hong Kong Police Force. Other than in exempted situations specified in the ordinance, all drivers should remember to switch off idling engines. Switch off idling engines. Make it a habit.